Good morning, students. Our next theorem is based on the compactness of a subspace of a topological space. So let us take a topological space X top and Y with the topology tau star. This is subspace of the topological space X top. Then Y is compact with respect to the topology tau star if and only if Y is compact with respect to the topology tau. So first of all, let us take Y is compact with respect to the topology tau, and we prove that Y is compact with respect to the topology tau star. In order to prove that Y is compact with respect to this topology, we are to prove that every tau star open cover of Y has finite subcover. So let us take a collection consisting of the members Hi, where I belongs to index set. Let us take this be tau star open cover for the set Y. So by definition of open cover, Y is contained in the union of the members from this collection. So Y is contained in union of Hi, where I belongs to the index set. Now, because these Hi, these are belonging to the topology tau star, and tau star is topology on the subspace Y of the topological space X. It means this topology is subspace topology. So by definition of subspace topology, the members of this topology will be of the form of intersection of Y with members of topology tau. So we can write Hi as the intersection of Y with Gi, where Gi are the members of the topology tau. Now, the intersection of Y with Gi, that is contained in Gi. From here we have obtained Hi is contained in Gi, and therefore union Hi, that will be contained in union of Gi's. Now we can combine these two. Y is contained in union of Hi, union Hi is contained in union of Gi's. So from here we get Y is contained in union of Gi's. Here I belongs to the index set. It means the collection consisting of the members Gi, that will be tau open cover for the set Y, and we are given that Y is compact with respect to the topology tau. Therefore, every open cover will have finite subcover. Therefore, this open cover for Y will have finite subcover. It means there will exist finite number of members Gi1, Gi2, Gi3 up to Gin, such that Y is contained in the union of these members. From here, taking intersection with Y, so we get Y intersection Y is contained in Y intersection union of Gij. Here J varies from 1 to n. Now this can further be written as union J varies from 1 to n of the members Y intersection Gij. Let us denote Y intersection Gij by the sets Hij. So we have proved here Y is contained in union of Hij. Here J varies from 1 to n. So from here we can say that the collection consisting of the members Hij, that is tau star open cover for the set Y, and this proves that Y is tau star compact. Now we do the converse part. In the converse part, we are given that Y is tau star compact, and we have to prove that Y is tau compact. It means we have to prove that every arbitrary tau open cover for Y has finite subcover. So let us take E which is a collection of GIs. This be arbitrary toe open cover for the set Y. So by definition of open cover, Y will be contained in the union of the members of this collection. From here we get Y intersection Y is contained in Y intersection union of GI. This can further be written as union of Y intersection GI. Let us denote Y intersection GI by the sets HI. So we get Y is contained in union of HI where I belongs to the index set. Now because GI they belongs to the topology tau and therefore their intersection with Y will be a member of topology tau star. It means HI are the members of topology tau star, and therefore combining these two equations we can say that the collection consisting of the members HI, that is tau star open cover for the set Y. But we are given that Y is tau star compact. Therefore every open cover will have finite subcover, and therefore for this open cover there exist finite number of members HI1, HI2, HI3 up to HIN such that Y is contained in their union. Substituting the values of Hij are of the form Gij intersection Y. This set can be further this is further contained in union of Gij. So from here we can say that Y is contained in union of Gij. Here J varies from 1 to n. So the collection consisting of the members Gi1, Gi2, Gi3 up to Gin, that is a finite subcover of the cover E. So this proves that every tau open cover for the set Y has finite subcover. So by definition you can say that Y is tau compact. So this completes the proof of the theorem. Now next we discuss an important theorem which is characterization of compactness in terms of finite intersection property. So let X tau be a topological space. Then we prove that X is compact if and only if every family of closed subsets of X having finite intersection property has non-empty intersection. So first of all let us take X is compact and B is the family of closed subsets of X having finite intersection property. We have to prove that the intersection of members of this family is non-empty. Let us suppose this equation does not hold. It means intersection of the members of this family that is empty, and therefore we can write the complement of this set will be same as X because this set is phi and the complement of phi will be X. By De Morgan's law this can further be written as union of X minus A, where A belongs to this collection B, that is X. Now because this is a family of closed subsets of X, it means every member of this family is closed, and therefore we can define a collection by taking the complements of members of this family. So let us take E is the collection of all those G which are subset of X and are of the form of complements of A for some A belonging to the family of closed subsets of X. Now because the members of the collection E are the complements of A type, here A is some member of family of closed subsets of X and complement of closed set is open, so G is open. So from here we can say that X is the union of the members of E. So we can say that E is an open cover for the set X. But we are given set X is compact set. Therefore, every open cover has finite subcover. So there exists a finite subcollection E star of E which covers X. Let us take that subcollection consists of the members G1, G2, G3 up to Gn for some natural number n. Now, X can be written as union of these Gi, where I varies from 1 to n. Now, these Gi are of the form of complements of Ai, where Ai are closed sets, and therefore union of Gi's, that will become union of complements of Ai. And from the equation 4, substituting the value of union Gi, that is X, so we get X is equal to union of the complements of Ai, where I varies from 1 to n. By De Morgan's law, this can further be written as complement of intersection I varies from 1 to n. From here, we can say that intersection I varies from 1 to n, that is 5. Thus, we have proved intersection of finitely many members of the family B is empty. But this is contradiction because we are given that this family has finite intersection property. It means intersection of finitely many members of the family, that should be non-empty. But here we have shown the intersection of finitely many members of the family is empty, so we get a contradiction. So this contradiction proves that our assumption is wrong, and therefore intersection of the members of the family B, that should be non-empty. So this proves the first part. Now we do the converse part. In the converse part, we are to prove that the set X is compact. To prove X is compact, let us take an open cover E for the set X. E consists of the members of the type Gi, where I belongs to the index set. Now, by definition of open cover, X can be written as union of Gi, where I belongs to the index set. Now, because we are to prove that every open cover of X has finite subcover, we'll use contradiction method. Let us suppose E does not have finite subcover. It means for every finite subcollection E star of E, X is not the union of members of this subcollection. Now, to use the given hypothesis, we are to require a family of closed subsets of X having finite intersection property. So let us form a collection B, the collection of all those subsets A of X which are the complements of G for some G belonging to the cover E. Because E is an open cover, its members are open, so its complement will be closed. So we can say that this is a family of closed subsets of X. Now, to use the given hypothesis, firstly we will have to show that this family has finite intersection property. It means the intersection of finitely many members of this family should be non-empty. So let us take a finite subcollection of this family consisting of the members A1, A2, A3 up to An. Now, because these are closed sets, so for each I varying from 1 to n, there will exist members Gi from E such that Ai are the complements of Gi, and therefore intersection I varies from 1 to n, that can be written as intersection of X minus Gi. By De Morgan's law, this can further be written as complement of union Gi's. I varies from 1 to n. Thus, we have a finite subcollection consisting of the members G1, G2, G3 up to Gn. This subcollection is subcollection of cover E, and because we have already assumed that E does not have any finite subcover, so X cannot be the union of these GIs. It means the complement of union GI, I vary from 1 to n, that is non-empty. And from the equation 4, we can say that intersection of AI, I varies from 1 to n, and that is non-empty. So this proves that the family B has finite intersection property, and therefore we can use the given hypothesis. Because the family has finite intersection property, therefore by the given hypothesis, the intersection of members of the family will be non-empty. So intersection of A belonging to the family B, that is non-empty. Substituting the value of A, because A is the complement of G, so we can say that intersection of the members X minus G, where G belongs to the cover E, that is non-empty. This can further be written as, by using De Morgan's law, the complement of union of G, where G belongs to the cover E. Now, because this is non-empty, so we can say that the complement of union of the members of E is non-empty. So X is not equal to the union of members of cover E, which is contradiction. So this contradiction proves that our assumption is wrong. Therefore, there exists a finite subcover for the cover E for the set X. So we have proved that every open cover for the set X has finite subcover. So this proves that X is compact, and this was one of the characterizations of compactness in terms of finite intersection property.